A real need has to do with life, not with existence. So when kids say, if I don't make a bracha, God's going to die? No. Oh, so he doesn't need it. The things you need for your existence are not true needs. That's not what we call a need. That's a dependence. It's like, you need your wife's love. Oh, really? Go for therapy. You're a codependent. If I need her to help me exist, then I need therapy. If I need her because without her my life has no teichen, I'm the best husband in the world. So real need is not for existence purposes. For existence, I have dependence. I depend on food, I depend on air, I depend on sleep. It's not a need. It's just a condition. In fact, most of those needs I would rather not have. I don't want to depend on food, I don't want to depend on water, I don't want to depend on air, I don't want to depend on sleep. A real need means the need that makes me who I am, not interferes with who I am. Not something that weakens me. That's not a need, it's a weakness. So a human being needs to have a purpose for his existence. That's a need. That makes him into a mensch, that makes him stronger, makes him more noble, makes him different from the animal. That's a need. But I need to go to sleep now? That's not a need, because even if you didn't want to go to sleep, you would have to anyway. It's like, you need it like a hole in the head. So really, what I need for my existence is just a technicality. What I need for my life, that's what I really need. And the proof of it is, if I can't find a purpose for my life, I will end my existence. I'll jump off a bridge. Because to exist without a teichen is worse than nothing. It's torture. So what made the Eibishter create the world? Couldn't exist without it. So on the one hand, we say over and over again in every Maimer of Chassidus, Ani Havaya Lo Nisi, makes no difference whether the world exists or doesn't exist. Atu Mishal Nivra Olam, Mishal Lei Nivra Olam. That's his existence. And despite all of that, he created a world. And how did he create the world? In such a way that he would have to keep creating it every second, like a full-time job. And the Eilim Yenim don't interest him. Malachim don't impress him. What does he want? He dafke wants people who hate him to love him. You know, it's like the story of the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe did not have to go to jail. Right? The Alter Rebbe didn't have to go to jail. If he wanted to, he could light his pipe and burn ganz Peterburg. So why did he go to jail? He wanted to. What kind of ridiculous story is that? He wanted to. If he wanted to, then what's the big simcha of Yutes Kislev? Wow, he got out of jail. He wanted to be in jail. It's a silly, dangerous story. What it means is like this. A czar is a klippa. And a klippa has no authority or power over kedusha. So the czar arrested the Alter Rebbe. Don't be silly. The Alter Rebbe could burn down the whole Peterburg without a problem. So why did he go to jail? Because there was a gzeira l'mayla that Chassidus should not be revealed. And the only way that Chassidus can be revealed if he has Mesiras Nefesh and lets himself get killed for Chassidus. So he wanted to go to jail. Does that mean he had an option? He had an option. He didn't have to go. He didn't have to go. See, the story is saying the exact opposite of what we think. We think, you see how great the Alter Rebbe is? He didn't have to go to jail. No one can make him go to jail. See how big he is? The story is saying the exact opposite. The story is saying the Alter Rebbe had no choice but to go to jail because Hasidus not being revealed is not an option, even if you can burn down Peterburg. This guy's on the clip. Does David need a mitzvah? He doesn't need the whole world. That's the whole point. An Eibishter who is so perfect that he doesn't need the whole world creates the world out of a need which is more important than his existence. That's the whole point. So does the Eibishter really need the mitzvah, or that's just his kavanah? Just his kavanah. People give up their existence for the sake of their life. Their life is mitzvahs, their life is Eibishter, their life, and they'll give up their existence and rather than give up their life. Hypothetically, would the Eibishter do the same? Would the Eibishter sacrifice his existence in order to have a dira b'tachtena? He did. By creating the world, he sacrificed his existence. His existence was comfortable, his existence was unperturbed, nothing bothered him, nothing disturbed him, it was perfect. And he gave it up. And that's what marriage means. Everything has to come back to marriage. Marriage means I have a very comfortable existence. By myself. I don't need anyone to help me with my existence. But existing just doesn't do anything for me. Even the best existence is like, it's empty and meaningless. So you get married because with a partner, with someone, you can make a life out of your existence. So there are people who don't marry because it would compromise their existence. People say, why should I get married? I'm comfortable. What do I need? I don't need anything.
Does it make a difference in when? Let's say it's a very good thing to get married. You will, one day. Does it make a difference in when? Like,
35.
Very, very young now.
If marriage means life, then why delay it? So that you can exist a little longer. That's what happens. Why, people past a certain age find it very hard to get married. And they actually say it. It's not a secret. They say, I'm used to my existence as it is. To involve somebody else into my existence would be too disruptive. In other words, I'm so busy existing now that I can't have a life. Because life means disturbing your existence. My existence has become a very strong habit for me, and I can't.